Hello, everybody. Congratulations on making it to Friday. If Friday is relevant to what you do, you may have Tuesday and Wednesday off. I don't know. Maybe this is your Monday. Ooh, that would be rough. But for most of us, it's the end of the work week. We're here. We're ready. And we have coffee. That's something to celebrate. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Friday, November 13th. Friday the 13th, 2020. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Friday the 13th. I don't know why that's a scary thing or unlucky thing. Good morning, Stacy. I've never felt like Friday the 13th was a bad day. I mean, I'm assuming it's really no more unique than any other specific dated Friday. Maybe it is, but I can't say bad things have ever happened to me. In fact, I've been looking forward today, not because it's the 13th, but because of what is scheduled today. You know what I'm doing in my first productive block today? I'm writing the book. I'm going to start writing the book. I went back through the outline again yesterday, and there's enough there. I can start. I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to sit at my desk, and with a combination of typing and transcription, that's miming transcription. Headset? No, it's a phone. How do you mime headset? Headset? I don't know. Could probably come up with a sign for headset, but I don't know sign language either. I'm gonna start working on the book, and I'm gonna work on it for a few hours until the creative spark is gone, and then I'll have lunch. Got a couple calls today, but for the most part, I'm good to go. This is gonna be an early day for me, which I've been looking forward to. This was a slightly different schedule. I would be taking Fridays off entirely. But there isn't enough time in the rest of the week. Gabe says my daughter was born on Friday the 13th. Oh, see? Good things do happen on Friday the 13th. It's not just murder movies. Well, I hope you had a good Thursday. My Thursday was pretty productive. Martial Arts Radio podcast episode is up. Last I knew, the video episode was not up. The website is down. There's a bunch of chaos going on. But you know what? You work through it. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Am I gonna... I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna roll with it because it's really the only option I have. With all the things that we have going on, something's always gonna be a problem. It's always gonna be a problem. How many websites do we have? Right? How many projects do we have going on? One of them's always gonna be troublesome. I've got so many clients. One of them's always gonna be a pain in the butt. You just gotta kind of roll with it and accept that it's part of how the world works. With complexity, something's gonna be an outlier. It just happens. It's how you respond to it. That's what you have control over. What else happened last night? Had a sort of massage. Painful. The therapist was kneeling on the table next to me, putting a great deal of force into this area and my armpit. Yay. You ever had somebody drive their thumb into your armpit? It's great. It feels awesome. If you've never had like a really good massage, you're probably missing out on a good opportunity to learn more about the body. The more you learn about the body, the more effective a martial artist you are. When someone gets to certain spots, you're like, oh, that is uncomfortable. Imagine what would happen if you punched that area or, jammed a thumb knuckle in there. Just lots of options beyond blindly punching, and understanding the body is only an advantage. Nobody's ever said, man, as a martial artist, I wish I knew less about anatomy and physiology. It doesn't work that way. I think you can learn a tremendous amount about the body and your body specifically just from getting massage. And if you think about that in terms of the quality of the education, not only are you getting the education, you're getting the physical benefits of massage, and you're paying a heck of a lot less than the college course. Go look up how much even a low-level anatomy and physiology course would be at a local school, and then spend that much money on massage. I bet you'll come out ahead, at least from the perspective of martial arts. There's frost on the ground. It's cold. Our warm days are over. When I woke up yesterday, it was 47, 48. That was the warmest it was, and possibly the warmest it's going to be for a few weeks. So, yeah. I'm going to try and get outside tomorrow. I think it's a high of like 40. I don't mind being outside in the cold, especially if I'm, dressed warmly. But, it was kind of nice having those last gasps of 70 degrees. Last Saturday, when I went for a hike, it was like 75 degrees, 72 degrees. It was warm. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. A little unseasonable warmth never hurt anyone. But now, the contrast. I don't know what you're all doing this weekend. I hope whatever you're doing, you're having some fun. Gonna clean up the house, do some chores. Got some phone calls I gotta make to some people. No, I'll tell you about that when it happens. Personal stuff, not professional stuff. Stacey says, it was beautiful last weekend for breaking. Tomorrow is an outdoor wedding. Well, I've been to outdoor cold weddings, and I feel sorry for the bride, assuming the bride is wearing something conventional. Maybe it's a gay wedding. That would be the best for being outside, because you can hide under the tuxedos. I've seen women walk down the aisle in cold weather and just watch their arms, like shoulder to fingertip, be bright red, and just looks so unpleasant. Hard to photograph well when you look half like a lobster. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Nope. Yep. Nope. You ever do that in public? You think you're gonna sneeze and you're trying to prepare for it. People just look at you because you're going. They think you're losing your mind. Maybe I am. Well, I think we should see what you all have written in for me to respond to. I did get the app installed finally that I needed on the tablet, so I can look at your comments, because YouTube changed things. And you know what I noticed about this yesterday? Celtic hand fasting. I don't know what that means. My eyes are all goofy in this image. I've never noticed. I don't generally have like a lazy eye or anything. It's just, whether it's the angle or just one of the muscles behind my eye decided to get lazy in that moment. It's not a flattering image. All right, looks like we got jokes and quotes. Ooh, jokes and quotes from Frank. I like that. Could be a show unto itself. All right, the jokes for Funday Friday. It's Friday the 13th. Why didn't the skeleton want to go to the Friday the 13th dance? Because he had no body to go with. What key opens a haunted house? A spooky. What does a ghost keep in its stable? Nightmares. When do vampires like watching horse racing? when it's neck and neck. Who won the zombie war? Nobody. It was dead even. Good stuff from Frank. I like this. You know, if anybody else wants to contribute some jokes, I'm sure Frank would be happy to share. In fact, we could almost have kind of like a fun competition. Who's got the best jokes for Friday? My money's on Frank, but if somebody else wants to weigh in, I'm game. All right, we've got 4 quotes here. Today is World Kindness Day. Nice. Constant kindness can accomplish much. As the sun makes ice melt, kindness causes misunderstanding, mistrust, and hostility to evaporate. Albert Schweitzer. Think about any negative thing, bad news, being fired from a job, being told you didn't qualify for the loan, telling a family member that you're moving away, name it. Tell me that it doesn't come across better and have a less negative impact, maybe even a positive impact, when it's said with kindness. While there are circumstances, especially in martial arts, where you may want to motivate someone with a little bit of aggression, or the carrot versus stick. Sometimes you need to give people the stick. Most of the time, kindness is the way. People are much more willing to work with you, for you, help you when you are kind. This is why it is so rare. If I have to call a customer service line, why I don't, it's rare that I don't get what I want. Because those folks on the other end that have authority are so used to people tearing them apart. How dare you make this thing so badly that it complicates my life? The person on the other end of the phone didn't make it. They're working a job. They're answering the phone probably for half a dozen different companies. They're just trying to make a living. So, hey, how are you doing today? You having a good day? I've got this problem and I'm hoping you can help me with it. I had an issue with a product I bought, and initially the customer service wasn't willing to help. They bounced me between the couple different companies, were trying to blame the other, and I said, look, I didn't make this thing. It failed. I don't know who's responsible, but it's not me, and I'm looking to the two of you to figure it out. If you can't figure it out, I'm going to have to leave some negative reviews. I wasn't angry. I didn't type in all caps. I didn't swear. I didn't make demands. Just gave them a choice. I was kind about it. Lo and behold, one of them steps up and says, we're going to send you a brand new one. Great, thank you. I appreciate it. Don't underestimate the power of kindness, which, as martial artists, we can kind of relate to softness. Don't underestimate the power of softness. Here's the best visual example I can come up with. Have you ever seen video of a really good Tai Chi practitioner sparring? Now, I've done this demo. I've been the uki, the attacker, in this demo. I've seen this demo done other times. It's certainly not unique, where you have someone punching at a Tai Chi practitioner as fast as they can, maybe even as hard as they can, really cranking on it, and the Tai Chi practitioner kind of just goes. They just move, they twist, bring their arm up, and the punch just goes sailing past them, and if done well, the attacker keeps going. Just, that's kind of the martial arts equivalent of kindness. It doesn't have to be smash. You know when smash is great? When you're the bigger person. If you're not the bigger person, smash usually sucks. I'm rarely the bigger person, unless I'm teaching kids. Even then, there are plenty of kids that are bigger than me. Kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love. Lao Tzu. If you have to yell what you're saying, that doesn't express confidence. That expresses fear. If we think about kindness as softness, just to kindness in thinking, so softness in thinking, just being relaxed, allowing thoughts to happen, it could almost be seen as a meditative state, creates profoundness. How often do you sit down, stressed out, angry, upset, and come up with a great solution or idea? I'm gonna guess never. Kindness in giving creates love. How do you give with kindness? You don't expect anything in return. You give for genuine reasons. There's joy in how you present it. You ever received a gift just because from someone, maybe even someone that you would have never expected to receive a gift from? How did you feel about that person after? I can think of a few examples, and it greatly increased my feelings for them. Not necessarily romantic. Friendship. I've had friends give me books. Here, I saw this book, I thought of you. Wow, thank you. That means a lot. Please don't send me books. People keep sending me books. I don't have time. Somebody sent me a book probably about a month ago that they had mentioned when we had a meeting. There was no note anywhere. I didn't know who it was from because it was a long enough period of time in between when we met and when they sent me the book that I didn't connect the dots. And then a month after that, they send me an email. Did you read the book? Huh? Oh, that was you. Thank you. No, I didn't. Because I'm really busy. For a lot of people, reading is relaxation. And it can be for me. I've been working on, ironically, the last books that I read in hard copy goes back years. And it was the Hunger Games books. They're good. I mean, yeah, it's teen fiction, but they're good. I like them. And a friend of mine let me know, hey, there's a prequel that she read, and once she was done, she gave it to me to read. So I'm chewing through that. I'm maybe halfway. I like to read. I grew up reading like you wouldn't believe. High school and then college did a number on my love for reading. I went from reading constantly for pleasure to, yeah, I have PTSD from reading The Tempest. I'm good. Have you ever read The Tempest? Are you sure? Does anybody actually read The Tempest? Or do you just see the words and then get to the end of the sentence and say, I don't know, I guess I'll just keep going. And I'm not a Shakespeare hater. I love Othello. One of my favorite pieces of literature. And if you've ever seen the Lawrence Fishburne, Kenneth Branagh dramatization, it's great. I think I have it in my, this sounds weird to say, my DVD collection. Kindness is the sunshine in which virtue grows. Robert Green Ingersoll. Kindness is the sunshine in which virtue grows. It's hard to read anything when people are yelling at you. Read. It's hard to. All right, let's stop crossing statements here. And what did Andrew say? Andrew said Dickens can be a chore to read too. Yes. I don't know that I've actually read any Dickens. In high school, all of my English teachers were obsessed with Shakespeare, so that's pretty much all we read for 4 years. Shakespeare. And then I got to college and took a lot of philosophy classes. So there was no Dickens in there. Kindness is the sunshine in which virtue grows. Virtue is positive. Virtue is growth. Virtue is powerful. It needs to be fed in the right way. People don't progress in darkness, in hate, in fear. So think about that as a martial arts instructor. If you want the best out of your students, how do you do that? You treat them with kindness, with light. Doesn't mean that you can't have difficult classes. Doesn't mean you can't have exacting standards. You can have exacting standards and still be loving about it. When I travel, which was 1,000 years ago, and I get the opportunity to work with students at someone's school, teach them something. Let's say I'm working with them on kicks. I've seen some tremendous results in short periods of time just by being positive and encouraging and validating of the effort. When you correlate effort to praise, and not necessarily results, you build a much more sustainable martial artist. Because what happens when you only applaud the early martial artist for their skill? What happens when they get to something that's difficult? Now they've been conditioned that they aren't worthy of praise because they can't do it yet. I think the greatest opportunity we have as martial artists, as martial arts instructors, is to help people see that correlating effort to praise, effort to value, true effort, is life-changing. It's important. That's good coffee. One more. From Scott Adams. You all know who Scott Adams is, right? Scott Adams writes the Dilbert. Right? Dilbert? It's early. My brain is really second guessing that now. Pretty sure it's Dilbert. Somebody's going to confirm that or deny that. The comic artist. Remember, there's no such thing as a small act of kindness. Every act creates a ripple with no logical end. Go back to that example of receiving the gift for no reason. Something that's still relatively small has a powerful impact. The next time you're in line buying coffee, buy the coffee of the person behind you. The next time, you know what? One of the coolest things I heard about, this happened a few times going to tournaments. We'd get there and we hear that this line of dozens of people paid the toll at the toll booth. This is before Easy Pass and whatnot, of the people behind them. So the first person pulls up, it's like 75 cents or $1. I'd like to pay for the person behind me too. And that person got up and they said, "Oh, that's really nice. I'll pay for the person behind me. I'll pay for the person behind me. Now, what's amazing about that? Other than the first person, everybody paid the same amount of money, and yet they feel good twice. They feel good for the person in front of them being so kind when they didn't have to be. And they feel good that they get to also be kind to someone else. I wish we looked for more examples like that. We are in a stressful, divided time that is not going to get better anytime soon. But that doesn't mean that we can't try. It doesn't mean that we can't have an impact on individuals or small groups. And every one of us has the ability, the power to do that with minimal effort and minimal money. It just takes an attitude shift. So whether you're buying a cup of coffee for someone, or hell, here's one. Go to the store. Here's one that you can do super easy. Go to the store, buy a bouquet of flowers, simple flowers, and walk down the street and give a flower to people as you pass them. Here, have a great day. How amazing is that going to feel to those people? How good are you going to feel doing that? What are those flowers going to cost you? $5? Maybe 10? If I told you right now that for $10 you could make 15 people's day, wouldn't you? Don't be afraid to have an impact. Don't be afraid to be kind. I think that's a good place to call it. I hope you have a fantastic day, a wonderful weekend. I hope whatever you're doing, you do with kindness, with love. I hope you feel good about it. I hope you're training. I hope you're kicking stuff or punching stuff or breaking stuff, whatever you're doing. I hope it feeds your soul. Martial arts makes us better people. Don't be afraid to share that. If you've got stuff you want me to talk about, say, respond to, questions, story, whatever, drop it in the comments below once the show closes, and I'll talk about it on Monday. Because yes, we do the show every weekday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on YouTube. Now, if you want to support us, if you haven't checked out the sweatpants, we've got a sweatpants pre-order going. That closes on Monday. Sunday night. I'm going to put in the order on Monday. So act now. $45 for the adult sizes. They're the most comfortable sweatpants you've ever seen. There's pictures on the website. Go to whistlekick.com. It includes shipping. We timed this for Christmas because it's one of our most requested items that we had to retire. And there's a longer story on that, but we were able to bring it back temporarily. And you could also support the Patreon. Patreon.com/whistlekick. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. And I'll see you back here on Monday. Take care, everybody. Peace.